Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Week 3 of the NFL Review Show presented by LURCH Entertainment. I'm your host, Sean Jones, and I look forward to bringing you all the action that was this past week in NFL. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We begin this week's action in Buffalo, where the Buffalo Bills welcomed in Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. It looked like the Patriots were going to cruise to an easy victory, but no one, and I repeat, no one, circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills rumbled, stumbled, and bumbled to an impressive come-from-behind victory, 34-31 over the Patriots. The Bills remain undefeated at 3-0, and the Patriots fall to 2-1. Next, we'll head out to Cincinnati, where the Cincinnati Bengals welcomed in the San Francisco 49ers. This game was ugly and defense was at a premium. And in the end, the 49ers had too much defense as they defeated the Bengals 13-8. The 49ers improved to 2-1 while the Bengals fall to 1-2. We stay in Ohio and head to Cleveland, where the Cleveland Browns welcomed in the Miami Dolphins. This game was another brutal game on the eye, but in the end, the Browns found a way to win 17-16. Browns improved to 2-1, while the Miami Dolphins fall to 0-3. We head down to Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans welcomed in the Denver Broncos. It looked like the Broncos might have won the game after Titans receiver Kenny Britt went out in the first half with an injury, but the Titans found a way to score late and defeated the Broncos 17-14. The Titans improved to 2-1, while the Broncos fall to 1-2. We'll head to Minnesota, where Donovan McNabb and the Minnesota Vikings welcomed in the Detroit Lions. And it looked like the Vikings were going to cruise to an easy win, but for the second week in a row, they blow a 20-point lead in the second half, and the Lions come back in overtime and defeat the Vikings 26-23. The Lions remain undefeated on the year at 3-0, while the Vikings fall to 0-3. We'll head down to New Orleans, where the Houston Texans travel to the New Orleans Saints. This game was back and forth with a high entertainment value as neither team's defense showed up. In the end, it was Drew Brees leading the Saints to a 40-33 victory over the Texans. Both teams are 2-1. We'll head to Philadelphia for the much-anticipated matchup between the New York Football Giants and Mike Vick and the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Giants were finally able to exact their revenge for 6 straight defeats as they defeated the Eagles 29-16. Giants improved to 2-1, and the Dream Team Eagles fall to 1-2. We'll head down to Carolina, where Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers welcomed in the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game had everything: turnovers, fumbles, monsoons randomly in the game, but in the end, it was Cam Newton making the play to throw the game-winning touchdown as the Panthers get their first victory of the season, 16-10. Both teams are 1-2 in the year. We'll head out west to the Black Hole, where the Raiders welcomed in the New York Football Jets. And folks, the Jets got sucked into the Black Hole as Darren McFadden ran Ramshot, and the Raiders defeated the Jets 34-24. Both teams are 2-1. We'll head to the Show Me State, where the St. Louis Rams welcomed in Ray and the boys and the Baltimore Ravens. And it was clear that the Rams are going to be the JV team in the NFL this year, as the Ravens used them for practice, easily defeating the Rams 37-7. Ravens improved to 2-1, while the Rams fall to 0-3. We'll head out west to California, where the San Diego Chargers welcomed in the Kansas City Chiefs. And what else is new? Chiefs lose. But it was actually close, as they fell by a score of 20-17. Chiefs remain winless, while the Chargers improved to 2-1. We'll head next to Soldier Field, where the Chicago Bears welcomed in the Green Bay Packers. This game looked close for a while, but in the end, too much Packer offense. And the Bears, no words to express how bad their offense looked this past week, as the Packers won 27-17. Packers remain undefeated on the year at 3-0, while the Bears fall to 1-2. And then this week's Who Really Cares About This Game of the Week, Cardinals play Seahawks. Seahawks won. Both teams are 1-2. we'll head down to Tampa, where the Tampa Bay Bucks welcomed in Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And folks, for a team that went 13-3 last year, the wheels have completely fallen off the bus as the Falcons fall to the Bucks 16-13. The Bucks improved to 2-1 while the Falcons fall to 1-2. The Sunday night game pitted the Peyton Manningless Indianapolis Colts against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And surprisingly, the Steelers made a game of this because they played horrendous on offense and they were down to the injured offensive lineman to finish this game. But in the end, too much bend, too much Steelers defense, and they defeat the Colts 23-20. The Steelers improved to 2-1 on the year, while the Colts fall to 0-3. This week's Monday night matchup pitted the long-time rivals, the Washington Redskins, and the Dallas Cowboys. And it looked for a minute that the Redskins had this all sewn up as they led virtually the whole game. But Tony Romo, battered ribs, young offensive line, receivers not running the right routes, was able to find a way to succeed in the clutch, including a sensational 3rd and 21 conversion against D'Angelo Hall, who talked all that crap about how he was going to roast Tony Romo's ribs. What's up now, bruh? What's up now? Tony Romo and Dan Bailey lead the Cowboys to an 18-16 victory. Both teams are 2-1 on the season. And for the new segment this week, I'd like to take the time to recognize the teams that have remained undefeated through week 3. The first team, and I don't think anybody saw this team coming, the Buffalo Bills? Man, Fitzpatrick is out there looking like a gunslinger. Their offense can't be stopped. Like they just ramshot over the Patriots defense in the second half. They look impressive. Like if they continue this up, look out folks. We might have a playoff team on our hands. The next undefeated team is just as big of a surprise. The Detroit Lions? Look out your windows, folks. I'm pretty sure there are pigs flying right now when the Bills and the Lions are undefeated. But behind Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson, no one seems to know where the ball is going. Calvin Johnson. So the Lions have rode that to an impressive 3-0 start. And the last undefeated team, no real surprise, the defending world champs, the Green Bay Packers. Their offense has looked unstoppable, running on all cylinders, and if you're in their way, you just might as well get ready to take the L this week, because you ain't beating them. And as usual, where there's undefeated teams, there are winless teams as well. And the fallen teams, everything is just falling down for them. The first winless team on the year, the Miami Dolphins. I think everyone saw this coming, because when your GM and owner fly on the plane to try to persuade another coach to take the job while you're still the coach, you're done on that team. Tony Sparano, you might as well put your house for sale because you might not make it to the bye week. And the second winless team, St. Louis Rams. What else is new, folks? They haven't been good since the greatest show on turf. I don't even want to talk about them. We'll stay in the stormy state. Kansas City Chiefs. The tomahawk is broke. Running game tore down. Defense terrible. Awful. And the last winless team, Indianapolis Colts. I mean, no Peyton Manning, no hope. Bottom line. And for the regular segment, it's time to introduce the primetime performers for Week 3. At number 3, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco. That man had a game against the Rams, going 27 for 48, 389 yards, and 3 touchdowns. At number 2, Tom Brady's favorite target, Wes Welker. He had 16 receptions for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns. But at number 1, the Raiders running back Darren McFadden. He went through around, and away from the Jets' vaunted defense, going for 19 carries for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was clear the Jets weren't about that life. And now for the power rankings from week 3. At number 10, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 9, the San Diego Chargers. At number 8, the Houston Texans. At number 7, the New York Jets. At number 6, the Buffalo Bills. At number 5, Ray and the boys and the Baltimore Ravens. At number 4, the Lions. At number 3, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. At number 2, Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And yes, folks, for the 3rd week in a row, the number 1 team in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers. Enough said. And now, I'd like to turn my attention away from football and talk about what really grinded my gears this past week. Number 1, parking services. I just don't get it. You're charging us out the butt for parking passes, but we can't even park where we want to park. Why am I paying $385 if I can't even park in the parking deck till after 6 o'clock? And to make matters worse, they gave me a ticket. I was like, come on. And what time was that ticket giving, you ass? 5:53. Come on, bruh. Y'all could have just went home and let a brother enjoy the honors function without a ticket. Man, oh man. Next time I see a parking services truck, I'm tipping it over. And then getting my money back. Second thing I'd like to talk about is this upcoming JCSU football game as we head up to Winston tomorrow to take on the Rams for their homecoming. This game is going to be live, so folks, if you in the trade, you better get your ticket now. That game going to be hype. But the thing that really grinded my gears, and I think it grinds a whole lot of guys' gears on campus, is seeing girls walk around with open-toed shoes and they feet look like Kuta Kinte done beat on them and they just ran across the continent Africa. Like, come on. If you know you got bad feet, don't get caught dead in the daylight wearing flip-flops, sandals, whatever, because that just looks bad. Like, come on. Do yourself a favor, man. Just get a pedicure or something, man. Everybody want to see all that, man. Dang. And that will wrap it up for this week's edition of the NFL Review Show. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some good laughs. And I look forward to seeing you next week for week 4 of the NFL Review Show presented by LURCH ENT. So for everybody at UNC Charlotte and the athletic training program, I'm your host, Sean Jones, saying see you next week. Be easy.